Good morning, I'm Christy Duffy for SmarTrend News. Today is Thursday, July 1st, and this is your opening bell market update. U.S. stock futures are trading lower Thursday as investors continue to worry that the economy is slowing down ahead of Friday's key jobs report. The Labor Department is due to release a report on initial claims at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Economists expect that claims fell to 452,000 last week from 457,000 a week earlier. Reports also due out include construction spending, pending home sales, and manufacturing data. Economists expect that construction spending fell by 0.8% in May, during the first month after the tax credit ended. The National Association of Realtors pending home sales likely fell to 98.4 in May from 110.9 in April. The Institute for Supply Management's manufacturing index likely fell in June to 59 from 59.7 in May. And in corporate news, Ford as well as other automakers will be reporting June sales throughout the day. Yahoo may be in the focus today after its board of directors said it may buy back up to $3 billion of its shares. Taking a look at market futures this morning, the Dow Jones Industrial Average futures trading 16 points below fair value, the S&P 500 trading 2.5 points below fair value, and the Nasdaq Composite trading 5.5 points below fair value. Now for a look at what's happening in the markets today, we'll turn to Andy Zamfotis from Lagard Capital. Andy, what can we expect from the markets today?
Hey, morning, Christy. Well, yesterday we closed the second quarter on a pretty sour note with the Dow down about 100 points. For the quarter, the Dow is off about 10%, the S&P and Nasdaq down about 12%. This morning we start the third quarter with futures down. Actually, they're about flat right now. We had Greenspan out this morning talking about the U.S. economy hitting this invisible wall in terms of its recovery. Also, he mentioned that the situation in Europe, he called that pretty bad given their issues with borrowing. European markets are down about 1%. Also in Europe, Moody's, the credit rating agency, they downgraded 5 regions in Spain. They also put the country's sovereign rating on watch for a possible downgrade. Commodities are a bit lower this morning. We have oil down about 1.2%, so people will be watching that. Yesterday was a pretty key day technically. The 1040 level had held for the most part this year. That broke yesterday. Also, traders are watching this, what they call the death cross, with the 50-day moving average right now in the S&P is perilously above the 200-day, and that could potentially cross to the downside, which is a pretty bearish sign technically. So people will be watching that. For the most part, sentiment is pretty bad. And tomorrow we'll get this employment data, and that'll either confirm the sentiment or give the bulls some sign for hope, and we could bounce. So we'll see. But yesterday's ADP number was pretty negative. It was a lot lower than people were expecting. So that took the wind out of some people's sails yesterday. Also today we have initial jobless claims out at 8:30, so that'll give us another look into what tomorrow could bring.
Thanks so much, Andy. I'm Christy Duffy for SmarTrend News. For more news and market analysis throughout the day, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Trade the Trend, as well as checking back to our website, tradethetrend.com.